there, Ma Terry here, and today I'm going to talk to you about two very different types of artists. There are starving artists and working artists. And yes, I'm going to come off as conceited or full of self-confidence, whatever you want to call it, but I am in the second half. I am a working artist. I've worked probably over 100 different craft shows and been successful at 99% of them. The first craft show I was not successful at, and me and my girlfriend, we took an autopsy, discussed what was selling, what wasn't selling, and went on from there. So what I want to do in this series is help you become a working artist. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to intersperse pictures all throughout so you know what I'm talking about. I really know. One of my best sellers here, it's a soda can, takes about 5 minutes to make it, and I sell them for over $10. So I did have a lot of problems coming up with a name for this video. My secret to always make money at craft fairs. Why I'm such a successful artist at craft fairs. Why does my artwork fly off the shelves? Blah, blah, blah. Well, it does, and if you listen to me, your artwork will too. So, what am I looking for? I hope you have zero talent as an artist. I hope you have no idea on what you're doing, because I'm going to show you how to make neat things out of ordinary, everyday objects. Boy, am I a little tongue-tied this morning, aren't I? I am looking for absolute beginners or people that don't have a lot of experience. That's exactly what I'm looking for, and I'll tell you why as the story progresses. So, you don't know me and I don't know you. Well, a lot of my fans know me as Ma Terry, and that's who I am. So introduce yourself in the comment section below. Your name, what type of artwork do you do, have you done craft fairs, and if you've been successful at it. So I'm going to answer your question. All right, why would I show you my secrets on what makes my artwork sell? Why would I do that to you? Wouldn't I be creating unfair competition? Well, I've done well over 100 craft shows and art fairs. Have you ever seen me? No, that's because the United States and the world is huge. I don't have enough time, resources, or patience to be at every craft fair all the time. That's why I'm going to help you. So the next picture I'm going to show you is my last show before the COOF, and I always find shows that are pretty cheap to do, not the high-end shows, but it was supposed to be a 2-day craft show. It was a 1-day, and it got closed down early because of a major storm moved in, and they had to give us enough time to pack up our stuff. So basically, my girlfriend had the booth next to me, and her name was Angela, and I had my booth, and we're going to name names here because none of them watch my videos. But anyhow, space rent was $50. She didn't sell enough to pay for her space rent. My stuff went flying off the shelves, and I'm going to show a picture. Ex-husband number one helped me sell my stuff, and I think we went from 10 to 3, and within those couple hours, I profited, not sold, I profited over $400. So there's my booth, and I don't have a big easy up. It's a 4-foot by 4-foot easy up, and that's because I can't lift it, and most of what I'm selling is just like old recycled purses turned into earrings. Here's some pistachio shell earrings, which was easy to do, and buttons, and those earrings are an old purse. And let me be clear, I can do this every time with my artwork. So what have I sold in the past? I've airbrushed t-shirts. I had a mobile t-shirt business, and I would do 3 farmers market a night, and always after the 3 hours of airbrushing, came home with about $300 to $400 in my pocket. I've sold buttons and bumper stickers, and it's the same thing. After a couple hours, I made $300. I've taught color theory. I do pretty good about that. My current passion is, and one of my big sellers is recycled art. And yeah, I go around the house. Right now I'm drying out eggshells after you take out the membrane. I found some old popsicle sticks, mostly soda can art. So I'm looking for people with no talent or no art experience, but if you have it, fine. But I'm going to tell you why. All right, so two of my girlfriends, Angela and Sue, were bummed. They did art shows and craft fairs, and they had a hard time making their booth rent. Booth rent could have been $30, $50. They couldn't do it. And they came up to me and wanted me to show them how to make my art. And so I showed my techniques, and one weekend we had a little crafting party. We had a bunch of old soda cans. We used our die cutter, cut out a bunch of cans, stamp, 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 paint, paint, and paint it. So then it was time. It was a one-day show over at the Gables house, and we had one. And the Gables house is in Redlands, California. It was a one-day show. We had a 2-foot by 6-foot table, and I'm going to show pictures of it. And Angela had her artwork. Sue had her artwork. Of course, it's all my teaching of the artwork. And, Sue brought some of her gourds. Angela brought some of her other work. The recycled jewelry sold off the shelves. And that day, in one day, that table, we sold over $1,000 worth of artwork. Angela sold $300, Sue sold $300, and I sold $400 worth of stuff. So we basically have 2 little tables of which we're selling our stuff off of. There's our name, the Can Can Girls. This is a close-up. There's the earrings and hair accessories, and I always show soda cans. So you would think my girlfriends on a one-day show, our first show, new at this, we haven't built up a name or a reputation yet. Our table sold $1,000 worth of stuff. You think they'd be excited about this, right? No, what they told me is, my artwork, because I'm working with recycled things, it's just not for them. And Angela went back to her beading, and remember the story at the beginning? Her little booth was right next to my booth, and she didn't make her space rent, and I did over $400 in a couple of hours. And Sue, she went back to painting her gourds, and I believe in the years I've known her, she sold 1 or 2 gourds for about $30, $35, and it takes her hours to make those gourds. There's her gourds, and I always display the recycled logo. So over at the Gables house, we decided to call ourselves the Can Can Girls because soda cans, they're everywhere, right? I just felt bad that my friends they stuck their nose up at my artwork, and it works, it sells. So if you need to make some money, pay attention here. I will show you all the steps. You don't need any talent. You just need a couple of supplies, and I'll tell you what they are in the future. What do I got? Some old paint and some old popsicle sticks that I got at a Goodwill store. So it's simple little things like that. Some people don't know how to put holes into wood. I'm going to show you all this stuff. It's so simple, but they want it to be artists, art, what comes from their soul. And that's why there are a lot of starving artists out there. Last craft show we did together, she was doing her jewelry, and there was over 150 vendors and a lot of jewelry artists, but they're all making the same thing. I mean, let's say you go to Walmart and look at their jewelry. It's the same. You can go to Target. It's the same. It's the same. It's the same. I'm making totally unique stuff, and don't write in the comments below. I don't know. I don't watch TV. But climate change is a thing and everything, and people are worried. Well, what's going to sell off the shelves? The fact that you went into the garbage bin and took your Philadelphia cream cheese container and made some beautiful earrings out of it. And my artwork is simple, and I price my artwork at when I work about $60 an hour. So that's my goal in mind. These earrings are cute and so easy to do. And the best advertisement, people can't wait to put my little hair clips in their hair and walk around, and everyone asks, where did you get them from? And here's the thing, you don't have to make jewelry. If you're not into jewelry, that's fine. I think the whole basis is it's recycled artwork, and that's what people really are into. You can do recycled paintings. You can go to Goodwill and get a painting and repaint on top of it. And of course, I'm going to show you how to gesso and everything. It's pretty exciting. Acrylic pour art is all the rage. Well, how much better is it to say that someone was going to throw this away and you repurposed it, right? It's called upcycled. I know, I get my words confused all the time. Most of my viewers know I have a traumatic brain injury. So anyhow, there's 2 types of artists: starving artists or working artists. Which one do you want to be? All right, so I'm going to teach you how all this stuff works, but you decide. Do you want to make art that makes you happy? And that's okay if it makes you happy. Or do you want to do commercial art like me? Andy Warhol had this thing, it was called The Factory, and he hired a bunch of talent, and basically he just rubber stamp all of his artwork and put his name on it. And you know, in the business world, it's called lather, rinse, repeat. You know, you keep doing over and over again what makes you happy, what sells, and that's okay. You know, keep it simple, silly. All right, so here's the set aside. Ma Terry here. Did you like my first video? I'm going to continue the series. I'm going to show you how to do this. It's all so simple and everything. And, you know, I can do craft show after craft show after craft show and make money. And I'll show you that in the future, okay? All right, I will see you all down the road. These will all be turned into earrings, and I got it all free. These are the plastic folders that kids use at school, and I get them at Goodwill. And these are just soda cans and a great seller.